Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mindful Homestead. My name is Jack if you are new to the channel, and I kind of suspect that some of you are because YouTube likes it when I do tractor stuff, and this is going to be a tractor video. I'm out here today on our 11-acre small farm and homestead. If you look behind me, you can see there's not too much going on. We've got our layers and our ducks in the back, but there are no turkeys here. There are no pigs here where normally they are. Everything is done, processed in Camp Kenmore, slaughtered meat for the winter for us and other people. Everything's gone, which has left the channel a little bit dry for content the last couple months. Uploads have been slow. I'm gonna hopefully start changing that soon in the next few weeks as we get into some projects for 2024. But as of right now, things have been slow. And like things have been slow on the farm, snow in New Hampshire has been slow as well. We bought a new tractor this past spring, our TYM 494 that you can see parked behind me here. We love it so far. And we also bought a snowblower with it, this Wifo Up Shot 68-inch pull type snowblower. And since we haven't gotten snow yet, I haven't really rushed to put this on the tractor because there's been no snow. But they're now forecasting our first potential bigger snowstorm of the season for this coming Sunday, about a week away from today when I'm filming this video. So I think today it's time to get the snowblower on the tractor and get it dialed in. We've got the blower itself. I've got the PTO shaft right here, which I don't think I'm gonna have to cut. If we do have to cut that, I will put that into this video and we'll show you kind of real briefly how I do that. But I think the only things really we need to do are to put it on, like physically attach it using the 3-point hitch. There's a gearbox back here. I'll have to see if I can get the user's manual and see what's supposed to go on with that. We'll get things greased up and all that good stuff. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. So I'm gonna get my truck out of the way. I'm gonna get the strap cut off of this, and then I will get the tractor backed up, and we're gonna see if we can't get this thing hooked up to the tractor in under an hour, because I've got to go pick him up from school. So the first thing I'm supposed to do is, I believe, I gotta pull that plastic thing off. Hang on. I brought a 1/2 inch just in case. Yep, there we go. TYM's using 1/2 inch bolts. Interesting. So the first order of business here, I believe, is to make sure that this is not gonna bind at its lowest height. Let's do this. I'm gonna get the snowblower hooked onto the tractor, and then what I'll do is I'll hold this up. I won't install it, but I'll hold it up and make sure that we're gonna be good. I think it's good. I'm guessing it might have actually come sized for this whole application. The reason you want to take the time to do this and make sure your PTO shaft is not too long is because when you lower this implement, it can actually take this PTO shaft and punch it into the rear housing of your tractor. It's no good. It does a lot of damage. It really just is not a good thing to happen. like that went fairly smoothly. You can kind of see there's an awkward angle here on the top link. I wish I had hydraulic top link. Let me see if I can lower it. I've got to adjust the angle. There we go. It shows you on the shaft, you've got a tractor side and an implement side. There we go. So if I lower this, you can see that never gets too snug. So this gap right here where the two pieces of the cover come together, that's where you never want to bottom out. And you can see when I lower this thing, this gap doesn't change much. It gets a little bit tighter, but it doesn't come close to bottoming out at all. And that means that this shaft is sized appropriately for this gap, the gap that's set up between the snowblower here and then the back of the tractor, or at least the shaft on the snowblower and the back of the tractor. So this worked out perfect. I didn't have to cut anything. So this is on. I don't have to cut the PTO shaft. Everything is adjusted correctly so far. I have to go pick up Emma from school. So I'm going to go do that. And then we'll pick up this video tomorrow where I'm going to go through, I'm going to lube everything. I'm going to get the hydraulics hooked up. And we'll fire this thing up and give it a spin and see what it looks like. See you tomorrow. And we're back. All right, so it's a couple days later than where I left you guys off. And the reason why is because the hydraulic hoses that Wifo gave me with the snowblower were not long enough. They were like a good 1.5 feet too short. And the hydraulic hoses that go to this machine are not just your standard that you can pick up off the shelf at Tractor Supply. You do have that end on one side, but on the other side, you've got these much larger threaded connectors, and that's where your Pioneer couplers hook up to. So I went to a local auto parts store that makes hydraulic hoses, had those made up. It was 90 bucks, which sucks, but it is what it is. I'm gonna be able now to get the snowblower hooked up to the tractor just in time because it's like 3 o'clock on Saturday and the snow is supposed to start around 6 o'clock tonight. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the Pioneer couplers off the old hoses first, and then I'm gonna attach these new hoses to the snowblower, and then I will plug them into the tractor. Circuit A, which is the non-detented circuit, that's the one you want to use for the hydraulic chute rotation. And then we'll get this thing greased up. We'll check the oil in the gearbox, and then we'll fire it up and see how it does. Okay. All right, we've got our couplers on. Let's go put these on the tractor. These chains are here to keep this guard from spinning. Basically, the PTO shaft will spin, and those chains hold the guards in place. I don't like them because if something were to happen, then those chains can become essentially a whip. They'll be whipped around by this. And if you get caught up in this guard while the PTO shaft is spinning, the guard, you can see, stops. and the shaft will keep spinning underneath. So these chains to me are just extra dangerous. If you're in Europe or some other country, I think they may actually be required to be in place per OSHA requirements or per safety codes. But here in the States, our labor laws don't require that they be in place. And since we're a farm, we're a working farm, we do have to follow those labor codes, especially if we're on camera. Hydraulic hose is hooked up, chains taken off the PTO shaft. I checked the oil in the gearbox. I went around real quick and hit everything with a little bit of grease. Let's fire the tractor up and see how this thing does. Oh, so that's cool. So check this out. This is the auto PTO on the tractor. When I've got it up like this, it actually shuts off, and when I lower it, it picks itself back on. That's pretty nice. So aside from this little issue here, which I think can be alleviated just by running a cable up here and kind of strapping these hoses to the top of this grate, I think we're ready to go for the storm tomorrow. Obviously, as I use this thing and I get some hours on it, I will give you guys my feelings on it and what I think, kind of like a little bit of a review. Everything looks good. I'm not leaking any hydraulic fluid. So I think come tomorrow, we're going to be ready to deal with the snow. As always, thank you to everybody for watching our channel. You guys are you know, huge. I definitely appreciate everything you do, especially through the time where I've been pretty inconsistent with uploading. I actually ran into somebody in public the other day that recognized me, and they were like, I thought you gave up on YouTube. And I just kind of had to say, no, I've taken a little bit of a step back, spend some time with the holidays, figure out kind of the direction to go with the channel. I'll have a video upcoming on that soon. But yeah, for now, I'm going to go inside. I'm going to hang out by the fire. I'm going to warm up a little bit because it's pretty cold out right now. And I'm going to get ready for the snow to move in. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope you all are having a great day.